All right, Chiefs Kingdom, you better brace yourselves for this one.
The schedule is out for 2025, folks, featuring a record-tying 7 primetime games, holiday showdowns on Thanksgiving and Christmas, and a historic opener in Brazil.
Join us as we analyze each and every game and what it means for our quest to the next Super Bowl. Live from the heart of Kansas City, we bring you Buk N Bob Take on Chiefs Kingdom. I'm Bob.
I'm Buck. We're not fancy analysts.
Oh, we have just as many bad takes. What's up, Buck?
Not much. Enjoying this weather, man. I love crappy weather.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not me.
You know how bad I wanted to call out just so that I could sit here because my deck is right here. I've got a sliding glass door. I got a nice screen door to.
I love the sound of the rain. Yeah, I love that part, but not going out in it. And I love to go out of my house. I hate being in my house. It's just really weird for someone that works.
Well, I don't want to get wet. I just want to hear it and feel it. I like the snow better, actually. So, I grew up in Buffalo or in the Buffalo-ish area, and I still really miss the huge, vast amounts of snows that we got like every winter growing up. That was awesome. So winter days are better, but today was awesome.
Yeah, well, winter, I think the best winters I ever experienced was not in Denver. I lived in Denver. That was rough. But because the snow would just stick around forever when it was snow. But in Colorado Springs, we were so high up, so close to the sun, it would snow like gangbusters. Then we'd wake up, have to deal with it in the morning a little bit. By noon, snow still covered everything except the roads. It was glorious. So it was beautiful, but you didn't have to deal with
Did they have
wrecks and everything else. No, it's just
really good maintenance.
No, it's just really close to the sun. Colorado Springs is the highest city in Colorado. I didn't know that until I lived there. I always thought it was Denver because it was Mile High Stadium, but yeah, it's actually Colorado Springs. It might be second, but I think it's number one of like large cities.
Chief or 65 toss power trap. We should get that an audio clip of
what's up, Chiefter?
Toss power trap. Toss power trap.
All right. So we're going to be basically just talking about the schedule this episode. There's not really a ton besides that going on. So we thought we'd just break down the schedule, and that's going to be the show. So yeah.
I got to say before we get into this, we made the thumb talking about how the Chiefs get screwed by the NFL, right? Schedule wise. But I was watching King Jamie, actually, a few of his clips before I came on here with you tonight. And he made a really good point, is that Mahomes and this Chiefs team plays better under pressure. And I don't think the Chiefs got screwed. I think the Chiefs might have been helped by this. I know they're not favored, or they're only not the favorite in one game this season, but still, when the Chiefs think that when they've got a chip on their shoulder, I think they play better. So I think we just I just mislabeled the thumb, but either way,
you make a good point. I mean, it's basically. So most teams are not like us. Like Andy Rudy over there at the Steelers, he's bitching about his schedule every year. All of the owners are, but it seems like the Chiefs embrace it. And Mahomes and Kelsey for sure love the bright lights, the pressure, and that's different than most teams. So it is pretty cool. I mean, it's. It's crazy. I could stick this up on a screen. We don't have. I've heard from a lot of people that we have like
one of the hardest schedules.
Yeah, one of the hardest schedules. But we're really tied for 11th if you just go by combined opponent record from last year. The Eagles are sitting rough. The Giants, geez, they're gonna have a rough year. The
And I think
Bears, whew.
we kind of touched on this. I think if you start adding in all, and I like this stat, just this specific, just record, because at the end of the day, wins and losses is all that matters, right? So we're looking at just these teams' records from the previous season. If you start adding in other statistics, you made a really good point before we came on air. You can sway the standings with many different statistics. There are definitely going to be statistics out there that would claim that the Chiefs have the hardest schedule, but I guarantee you can find something that's going to say the Chiefs have one of the easier schedules. So I think when you're just talking about wins and losses and that's all that matters, this is the one stat that should be most focused on when talking about strength of schedule. So I like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, I would agree because I could have found us, there are rankings that have like say the Eagles at 29 and us at 28, right, of toughest schedule, and they factor in travel time, days of rest, yada yada yada, a bunch of different things, and I figured that this was just the best thing to show, with what we like. There's no reason to overcomplicate things to make our point. We have a tough schedule. We play prime time. Like it's not easy on the guys. Like they have to wait the entire day, get nervous before the game. Like, yes, we have a tough ass schedule, but I'm not trying to sugarcoat it and make it look like we have, the toughest.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you got to call it what it is. I mean, we're not even in the top 10 of the most tough schedules. So do we have it easy? No. I mean, like you said, we've got 7 primetime games, potentially 8. So I mean, that they're not putting us on there with, on a primetime game with the Browns.
Yeah,
It's
and HC Chiefs fan makes a good point too.
Yes, he said since we play the AFC South, it looks easier than it may well be because last year that division was ball sacks, and I laughed when I read that.
Yeah, I love
That's
it.
a good explanation. Yeah.
I think he might be one of our oldest listeners too. So
Yeah.
it's always funny to see an old guy saying that stuff.
Yeah, he comments a lot, a little bit more than Brian does.
Mm.
We'll see if maybe that changes today.
Challenge thrown. Challenge
Yeah.
thrown. Speaking of that, I forgot to say at the top of the show, we will be doing the drawing for the Tamba Holly picture at the end of the show today. So HG Chiefs fan and Brian Parrott had the most entries. So you guys should definitely stick around and keep commenting. But so it's a tough schedule. It's definitely tough compared to say the Bills. The Bills got a cookie cutter schedule, dude. And on top of it, every tough team that they play at home. Like every single one of them, they have the least amount of miles to travel of any team. Josh got hooked up, man.
I don't. Okay, so I would like to see where the Chiefs land on that spectrum as far as how far the teams have to play, because I think that that's skewed a little bit with the Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs asked to go to Sao Paulo, Brazil. They didn't.
Brazil's
It
a big
wasn't.
skew, yeah.
It
But I
wasn't.
mean,
It wasn't
it's not
thrust
just the
upon
Chiefs,
them.
though. It's not just the Chiefs. They're the least traveling team across the entire NFL. I'm not talking about just the Chiefs. And they play every tough game at home. I mean, they definitely got hooked up. There's a lot of people with their tinfoil hats, on. I don't
I
have
would.
mine. Oh, I do.
I'd also like to point out though that these guys.
They're tin foil hat on.
Okay.
Josh gets all the calls.
Okay,
Sorry.
Josh gets all the calls. I'd like to point out that mileage, as far as distance traveled, to me doesn't really matter. These guys aren't flying coach. They're not struggling on the bus. They probably have very nice planes to sit on. They can probably take naps. They can hang out. They can get up and walk around comfortably. They're not, you know what I mean? So 400 miles versus 1,200 miles. doesn't really matter. If they're tired, they can sleep on the plane probably pretty comfortably. So I don't think, to me, that distance doesn't really matter that much.
I mean, it depends on people. Kelsey has said many times he is able to sleep on planes. I mean, I could fly to Europe and I'll be lucky to get 45 minutes of sleep in a 14-hour flight. Some people can, some people can't. So you got to just throw that in there too.
I mean, I guess you're right, but I mean, they can still be more relaxed. I think one of the reasons people have hard time falling asleep on a plane is because of like the environment that you're in. Yeah, HD Chiefs fan. I don't need to be entered into the drawing. I don't have any place to display it. They don't let us have more than 2 items on the wall at the old folks' home. Can't argue with that. I've been to some old folks' homes. They got some rules.
Oh man. Well, all right. So primetime games. Chiefs love them. They do perform well in them. We tied the record for the most primetime games in a season. The Bills got that. They got the record in 2023 because they got slotted in at a week 18 primetime game. So we have a chance to set the record for just us in week 18, depending on if the Raiders are in the
Stop
playoff
sucking.
hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we could be breaking it with 8, but it's obvious that, I was going to bring this point up before, but I wanted to kind of get to this point first. It's obvious that the NFL is, I mean, the Chiefs now are the second most popular team. Doesn't that suck? Like, actually, statistically, the second most popular team in the NFL under the Cowboys.
Don't say the Cowboys. I knew you were
It is.
the Cowboys.
It's the
That's
truth.
So lame.
They haven't been to a playoff game in like 20 years.
Yeah. I
mean, the last time they lost when Tony Romo messed up Tony Romo was their placeholder for kicks, and he messed up the placeholder.
He was the placeholder?
Yeah, most of his time as quarterback. Isn't that messed up?
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you're going to run a sneak, that's the best way to do it, is to have your starting quarterback out there. But the potential for injury? Come on.
But I mean, think about this in context, dude. I mean, a decade ago, we were an afterthought. Some people didn't even know the Chiefs were a team. We were like literally we weren't as bad as the Browns, but we were like, we're pretty close, like a really good fan base, really bad team, struggled for a long time. Dude, we had almost every game we played was at noon. We were like, got a Monday night football game every 4 years, like once every 4 years. We never played the late games on Sundays. Never had Sunday night games. And we used to pray. Like, they didn't have these podcasts, and they didn't have YouTube, and they didn't have all this shit. We used to pray for just 5 minutes of coverage on NFL Live. Just 5 minutes talk about the Chiefs.
A play or two.
Just like say one thing about the Chiefs. And now we're the talk of the town. And despite all the freaking haters, we are the second most popular team in the NFL as far as ratings go. It's like, I mean, that's cool, dude. Like, whether they hate watching or happy watching or whatever.
You know what?
It's cool to be relevant.
The Thanksgiving Day game, the Thanksgiving Day game, I think, is what pushes the Cowboys, because you said it's rated by just ratings. Like, that's why they're the most popular team. They have the best ratings. Well, they play every year on Thanksgiving. So I think that ratings boost on that day helps them. If it wasn't for that, I don't know. I don't know. I think we might have it. I don't know how much of a lead they have on the Chiefs.
The whole thing is, though, that's why right now is so big, because the Cowboys made all of this fan base back, when they were good. It's lasted for 20 years. Clark Hunt's building us a dynasty that will last long after Mahomes is gone. And that's freaking cool.
I mean, it lasts after Mahomes is gone if they replace Mahomes with Mahomes Jr. I mean,
No. I mean, the Cowboys have had like one good quarterback since.
yeah, okay, I see what
And
you're
that
saying. You're
was
trying to
and that
compare. Yeah,
was Romo. Yeah, I mean, we are building the foundation for a powerhouse. And we're in the Midwest. I mean, it feels good, baby. It feels good.
it feels good, but I'm not convinced that after Mahomes is gone, this all goes back to the 1990s, the 1980s, you know? Bad team,
19
nobody cares
Oh,
about yeah.
I I would beg to differ because I mean,
Maybe. I mean, yeah, I
yeah, we
absolutely.
went
It could all go
from
that way. I'm just
we've gone from a few $100 million worth franchise to well over $1 billion worth franchise in the last decade, and that's something to be proud of. It's something that I'm happy about. So
it is something to be proud of, but I'm just saying, like, I think once Mahomes retires, if we don't find another quarterback, another, career quarterback to lead this team to more Super Bowls, then I don't think the popularity sticks around.
you might be
That's all
right.
I'm
It didn't stick around for the Patriots.
That's true.
Like,
Yeah.
but hopefully we're getting less like fair weather fans and we're getting actual fans. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah.
Like
Well,
that's what I'm hoping. And our
we'll see.
type of team gets that type of person. I mean, Boston, the location, lots of it. I mean, there's a lot of celebrity, fans. There's a lot of,
Mhm.
I don't know. And Dallas might still be America's team, but I would make the case that the Chiefs now are the world's team.
That's, maybe. I mean, I think it's leaning that way. I think they're definitely getting more popular around the world because of Mahomes and Kelsey
And us
specifically.
traveling to other countries.
Us traveling to other countries, but we're not the only team doing that. I mean, when I see games in other countries, and I can't wait for the game in Sao Paulo. However, when I see games in Europe, for instance, I see jerseys of every team in the crowd. They're not necessarily there to watch the Chiefs or whoever the other team is that they're playing. I think they're just there because they love the game of football and they're latching on to the game of football, but they clearly have their favorites. But I also don't think, they haven't been around for the rivalries. They don't know the history necessarily of these teams. So they're not necessarily watching the Chiefs because they want to see this dynasty lose because they're a fan of the Raiders. They are watching the Chiefs because it's an American football game that's being played in their local area and they have access to watch it and they don't want to miss it. So I think it's a football fandom thing. But I don't disagree though. Like Tiger Woods was the most popular athlete in the world because of his ability and what he did on his field of play, right? And that's what I mean. You could compare Mahomes to Tiger Woods. You absolutely could. I'm not saying he is Tiger Woods, but I mean he's at the top of his game. He's clearly
I mean,
the most successful quarterback of this current time that is still playing.
dude, I knew Patrick was the next face of the NFL back in, what was it? It's right before we won our first Super Bowl back in 2018. So 2018 started the season. I was living in Denver, and I went to the most popular mall in Denver. Okay, it was a mall that actually was still thriving before COVID. I don't know if it's come back, but it was thriving, right?
Mhm.
And uh, I'm walking by the Oakley store. Patrick Mahomes is the whole window of the sun, like the sunglass store. Just big old Mahomes. I'm walking through. Three different businesses had a like life size picture of Patrick Mahomes, and this is in Donkey Country, man. Like, I mean, where they bleed orange, and
Mhm.
yeah, dude, like, and Mahomes is everywhere, and I'm just like, okay, well, Mahomes is the new face, and that was before three Super Bowls, so I don't know. Oh
I
yeah,
knew it
you got an update here for on your
from HD
Chiefs
Chiefs fans.
quarterback.
No worries, Buck. We have Uncle Rico in the wings ready to take over for Patrick. Hey, man, I'm sold 100%. Uncle Rico, FTW. And then
I
Anthony.
assume he's talking about what's his name? Our Whiskey Tango backup we got now. What's his
Oh, yeah,
name?
yeah, yeah,
What's
yeah.
his name? What's his
Gardner
name?
Minshew.
Gardner
Yeah,
Minshew. Dude,
I was
Gardner
talking about
Minshew is
that.
like he was talking about. He's like, dude, I want to go rustle some cattle, and like I could do it here. I could find a place to do it here. I was like, yeah, just you have to travel about an hour and a half, but you can do it.
Anthony the Great, Anthony Padilla. What's up, gentlemen?
All right. So, do you have anything else you want to like throw up before we start talking about the schedule here?
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come to me, but no, nothing at the moment.
Oh, I should have made banners for each game we were talking about. That's a bummer. Maybe
Mm.
you could make them on the fly as we go through.
Mm.
Uh,
I wasn't counting on it.
all right. Well, here.
Apologies for the production of
I'll
this
try to
show.
do it here.
We'll do better.
I'll try to do it.
I can read the game while you're throwing stuff.
Yeah. Go ahead and do that.
All right. So what do we got here? Okay. Week 1, September 5th, 2025. It's a Friday night game at the at the LA Chargers. Well, that's the one that's in Sao Paulo, Brazil, but it's going to be, I believe that's going to be a 7 p.m. game, not an 8 p.m. game. That's going to be Eastern time. So 7 p.m. That one's only going to be available on YouTube. But you don't have to subscribe from what I understand. You don't even have to register. You can just go to youtube.com and you should be able to watch it.
Yep. I mean, yeah, you don't even have to make an account. So
Yeah.
that's like at Amazon and stuff. You can still watch it free, but you still had to add an account. So that's something different there that YouTube's doing and kind of big. I mean, YouTube is where, I mean, a lot of people just get, I mean, it's the majority of my entertainment. Like, even if I'm going to watch first things first, right? I'm going to watch the clip on YouTube. I'm not going to watch it on TV. Like, I watch shows on TV and that's it. Anything else is really just, I just watch it on YouTube. So this being on YouTube is a kind of a huge deal, and it's free worldwide. Like, I mean, every country has YouTube pretty much, except for China, who just stole YouTube and made their own YouTube. But
the only thing I'm worried about, so there was a debacle during the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight where I know you and I touched on this last week.
was it? But was that YouTube? That was not YouTube.
I don't know. I think it was Netflix.
It was Netflix. Yeah.
I don't remember, but the problem was so many people logging in to watch it at the same time. Their servers or whatever couldn't handle the traffic, and that's what happened.
Well,
That's the
Netflix
only
could.
thing. Right. And maybe YouTube is built different. I don't know. Maybe it's not a problem, but it is my concern.
Weren't you watching it on like people who were stealing it? So
Yeah,
like
because I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, they were actively banning those accounts.
Yeah,
and those accounts
like 5 different people to watch.
Yeah, remember me talking about small channels last week, how they get less resources? Well, a small channel trying to, trying to like put that up and having a bunch of people connect, they don't have resources sent in. So I think that's a big thing. Because the Jake Paul fight was absurdly stupid and
it really was a
rigged.
waste of time.
It was a waste of my time. I was so upset about it.
Yeah.
Like, if he actually was gonna do it and take a Mike Tyson hit, like, I'm sorry, Mike's old, but Iron Mike would have still knocked you out, bro.
That muscle doesn't disintegrate. It goes away slowly. Look at him. And he was training. He was training for real.
At least, like, make it believable, dude. Take a couple hits. I mean,
let him hit you a couple times.
Like, take, like, he neither of them had, when you watched Tyson take on Holyfield, at the end of the fight, you couldn't see their eyes. You couldn't even make out their faces because they were so pummeled.
Oh yeah, they were.
Jake looked like he was still didn't even look like he broke a sweat. I mean, it was just silly, man.
Yep.
All right, but let's talk about this here. Let's talk
so
about this.
This is primetime game number 1. It's a 7 p.m. game, and yes,
in Brazil.
This was a playoff team in 2024. So the LA Chargers in São Paulo, Brazil. How do you feel about that game?
I feel like I'm hoping that the field is better than it was last year. Last year, it looked like they were on a slip and slide. So I'm hoping that it's not a slip and slide. I'm hoping we don't take any injuries because of the field. I'm just hoping the NFL took note of that. And basically, I'm hoping they gave them money to help ensure that the field's better, because it was a big problem last year.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I had forgotten about it too, but I did a lot of research for a lot of this stuff, so I remembered after researching. So, but yeah, that's my biggest hope. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna pull the clip of Travis Kelce talking about the Brazil game on New Heights. He's not excited about it, just for the fact that he hates the heat and it's going to be blistering hot. And he said he's going to be miserable, but they're going to find a way to come out with a win. So at least there's that.
I believe it. They're going to have those water cooler fans on the sidelines. I mean, I think he'll be comfortable at least when he's on the sideline, but they can't cool down the field. Excuse me. The field.
I'm hoping that the Chiefs staff took note of what happened last year and brings proper equipment like that, cooling stuff. Because I don't think that's something they're just going to have.
They had the backup linemen standing in front of the guys that were playing actively, like when they were on the bench to guard the sun.
No, you're thinking of the Cowboys game. It was hilarious. You're thinking of the Chiefs Cowboys game. Like the Chiefs didn't play in Brazil last year.
Oh, okay. So it was somebody.
It was a different game, but that was the knock on it. You're thinking about the Cowboys game though, because the Cowboys stadium was built to make the other team suffer on the sideline. So yeah, but it was hilarious how the girl was like, well, it looks like the Chiefs have come up with a strategy. Most teams bring tents, but they just put their backup linemen up there.
Yeah, that's so weird.
You see Kingsley Suamataia standing there just blocking the sun.
Yeah, it's like, man.
It's like, well, I can't do much else, but I can help you guys out right now. See, team player.
Yeah.
Just want to read this comment here.
Yeah, HD Chiefs fan. I expect the Brazil game to be a large, overwhelming stage for many of the Chargers players, maybe. And the Chiefs are used to a big stage. Well, that's definitely true. I don't disagree. I think they got a lot of young guys who are, probably
how big is this stadium? Because the Mexico stadium was like ginormous. Well, compared to NFL stadiums, I didn't even think about the size of the stadium. That's a good point. Huh. Yeah, I mean, the Chargers are getting better, though. Chargers are getting better.
72,000. But
what does that break up? What's Arrowhead hold? Like 45,000? Way off, chat?
Nope, 76,000. So it's
really
lower.
Okay, so yeah, so maybe Mexico's the one I'm thinking of that was just like crazy. City.
So the Chiefs have the 25th largest stadium in the United States. So it's one of the smaller ones.
Mexico City is like almost 90,000.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. And Mexico versus Brazil. They stuffed in 121,000 or 120,000
with standing room and
spectators. Yeah.
See that
Woo.
I think that'll probably happen in São Paulo as well. They'll pack in as many
Wow.
people as they can. This is going to be a one huge event for them to make as much money as they can. Yeah, they're going to be like sardines in there, and it's going to be hot on top of all those bodies stuffed together. Wow, that
Yep.
sounds like not a good time. I can't wait to watch that from my couch.
Well, I mean, okay, so this is definitely travel's rough, but both teams travel's a little easier for it's a couple hours easier for the Chargers compared to the Chiefs, but tit for
Right.
tat, all in all.
AC Chiefs fans said the Chargers flight is about 3 hours longer. Oh, he meant I read that as the difference between going to Sao Paulo and the Chargers is 3 hours less to go to Sao Paulo, but no, I think he's saying that for that team it's going to take them 3 hours longer than it's going to take us.
That makes no sense. Unless I guess maybe if we're flying straight over the Gulf, maybe. Yeah,
Which
that
Gulf?
doesn't make the Gulf of America. It's what it's been renamed to. I didn't make it up. It's just been renamed to that. Makes a lot more sense though too.
Oh my god.
But it should have been the Gulf of Texas.
I think it should be the Gulf of Google.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, AC Chiefs fan, can you
monetize?
Are you sure about that? The Chargers flight is 3 hours longer? Or 3 hours less? I feel like it'd be 3 hours less since it's about 3 hours to get to LA. But I guess if we take a straight shot, maybe, yeah, I don't know. Either way, what do you think? Win or loss?
I think win. I think, well, first of all, Andy Reid, after a loss, I would never bet against. And that was a pretty embarrassing loss on the biggest stage in the sport. So I like the Chiefs' chances here.
I'm going to go with you too. I'll say win also.
I think we're going to hear that a lot tonight. I feel very confident about this team.
Sao Paulo is in the Atlantic
Ocean.
Is it not part of South America? Oh, he's just saying it's past the Gulf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, only Central America goes to the Gulf, right? I'm pretty sure. Which is like Mexico and a few other, everything around. Okay, geography lesson over.
I know where Overland Park starts and ends. Kinda.
Right. Oh man, yeah. I know the
All
KC metro area.
Week 2, baby.
All right, switching our banner.
Yeah, you good? September 14th versus the Philadelphia Eagles in Arrowhead.
Oh, at least we got that.
3:25 p.m. So this is not a primetime game. This one will be on Fox. But yes, this was a playoff team last year. If you guys don't remember, the Eagles did make the playoffs last year. This game, I love that it's week 2. I love that we're not sitting here all season like, oh, well, we've watched the Chiefs versus this team this year. We've seen them play this team, and this is how they played. So do they have a chance against the Eagles? No. I don't want to hear any of that. I want the game to go, and the narrative is all going to be about the Super Bowl. Love it. Can't wait. That Mahomes is going to play with a chip on his shoulder. Kelsey is going to play with a chip on his shoulder. I just love it. And I think our defense is going to be better in week 2 than it was in the Super Bowl. So
I'm not worried about our defense.
I'm not worried about it either.
I'm just saying, fine. I'm worried about the offensive line.
There is not going to be any drop off in the defense. If anything, we will be the same or better. And and you're right. I'm not worried about the defense. It's the offense, and Andy Reid is, I think he's fired up. He wants to prove that one game does not make a dynasty. One game does not ruin a dynasty. And this team is Although, man, I was saying that exactly this time last year. This is going to be a scary offense. And it was like, but I just, the biggest problem, and I don't think it's any secret, was the left tackle. Joe Tooney did the best he could for as long as he could. And I think the Eagles defense had a tremendous game plan, and they knew exactly how to take care of it. And they did exactly that. But I think the Chiefs have done absolutely everything they can this offseason to address that left tackle position.
The issue was just like when, a rookie quarterback comes off hot, and about 3 or 4 weeks later, tapes on him, and he might have a game where he regresses because there's tape. So that's what happened to Tootie in the Super Bowl. There was tape. They found weaknesses. They exploited them. They also had the best defensive line in history, which brings us to our resident Bills fan coming into our chat. Welcome, welcome. Anthony Padilla says the Eagles lost many key players. Padilla?
The two L's make a "y" sound.
Oh, my bad.
I wonder if that's how he pronounces it, though. He probably pronounces it like Smith.
But yeah, the Eagles lost a lot of that defensive line. But I mean, they still have the anchor of it, and that's Jalen. He got drafted here in Kansas City. I met his uncle the night before the draft. Gosh, Jalen butt kicker, defensive tackle. But yeah, everybody else, there's so many Jalens. But yeah, so they did lose a lot of the defensive line. So that's going to be a big deal. And I think with our improved offensive line, I think we're better. I don't like the fact that we're coming right back from Brazil. And yeah, like the only good thing about that is that we play Friday in Brazil, and then we don't play until Sunday then.
Right.
So there's at least that.
And they'll be back Saturday afternoon at the latest. So they'll have a full week to prep. And remember, when you're younger, air traffic doesn't affect you the way it does when you're a little bit older like us. So I don't know about you, but I get a little bit tired after a long flight.
Yeah. Well, at least it's not changing time zones a ton. So that's the good deal about traveling to either South America or Canada. It's not as big as a change as going to across the pond to Europe, or worse, Australia, down under. So,
are there big games in Australia?
I don't know.
Did you just bring that up because it would be worse than going
It's just because when I got Aussies on, from down under, it was a lot harder to get those scheduled. No, I just switched over to British all of a sudden. No.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, I had a lot of Aussies on my last show because there's a lot of Aussies that are into Warcraft. So I had a lot of Aussie guests. And boy, they say the C word like it. I mean, literally like it's dude. It's like the word dude in Australia. It's very different from here. But so that they were the hardest to schedule because they were so different. I mean, it'd be nighttime for me, but like 7 a.m. for them. It was like almost a 12-hour difference. So it was very, very different. But HG Chiefs fan, I don't know if they gave Nick Sirianni a extension, but I assume they would. I mean, he's a jerk, but I mean, he's been to 2 Super Bowls and won a Super Bowl in his tenure there. So you got to give credit where credit's due. I hate the guy, but he's a good coach. I can't
wait for week 2 because it's going to be so great.
I'm marking this down as a win. I don't see any other way. Like I completely agree. This is a must win.
I don't think it's a must win. I think the way the schedule pans out and the way the Chiefs play, I don't think this is a must win. I think this is one of the games they could probably lose and still be all right. But I do absolutely think it's a win. I just don't think it's a must win. For me,
I think it's a must win for just for bragging rights sake, just to shut those Eagles up, and we can die Eagles die or flop over Eagles. I don't know. What's
go away,
shoot
Eagles, go away.
Yeah, like as long as it's not a bald eagle, shoot it down. Shoot it down.
Yeah. No, I do. I think this is okay. I agree with you. It's a must win for that reason. But I definitely think it's a win. So yeah, we're at 2-0 now on the season.
Yep. 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. So
I feel a pattern forming here. September 21st, 2025, Sunday at the New York Giants. That's going to be 7:20 p.m. on NBC. So yes, this is a primetime game, but this is not a playoff team from last year.
Weird primetime game, to be honest. But the Chiefs, as a franchise, I believe, someone could correct me in chat if I'm wrong, but I don't think the Chiefs have ever beat the New York Giants at, what is it, MetLife Stadium?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they've ever beat them in New York. I don't think the Chiefs have ever done it.
Whoa.
But, I mean, we only play them normally every 4 years, right?
You're gonna love this, Bob. Sorry, we gotta pause here for a second. Anthony the Great says, "Did you hear about the NFL owners meeting about banning the tush push today?" Did you not hear about that, Bob? I can't believe you didn't hear about that. I mean, I didn't hear about it. I'm not giving you a hard time. I know how much you pay attention to these things, so I didn't. If something happened like that, I can't believe that you wouldn't have heard about it. But
oh wow, I mean, all of the stuff. Okay, so all of the stuff 10 minutes ago, 11 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, 33 minutes ago, all the articles are coming out right now. Whoa.
So did they?
But hold on, I don't think they banned it though. But I told you most likely it was going to get banned because, like, I told you that what I wanted banned was the quarterback sneak.
Yes,
but that's not going to get banned. They're proposing making it illegal for offensive players to push another offensive player, which is already illegal for defenses to do.
Yeah. No, I like that one. I like that.
Yeah, so I mean, that's just like, it seems like that makes sense completely, but I still wanted the whole quarterback sneak lame play banned. But no, wait, did they actually ban it? I don't know. NFL owners vote.
Yeah, he didn't say they made a decision. He just asked if we saw that they met about the banning.
Yeah, I say it's set to resume. Yeah, I don't see. It's one step closer to banning, but I don't see anything.
Prefer that because I think the quarterback sneak is a part of football, and I'm good with it.
Well,
I think pushing him definitely is bullshit.
Seems like, okay, so they submitted the updated language. When's the vote though? Yeah, they'll be voting on it before the season, Anthony, but I don't think it's been. I think they just updated the verbiage. So
if they vote on it before the season, then that change would go into effect this season. Then
it's
right.
I'm almost positive it's in May. It's at the NFL owners meeting, but when's the NFL owners meeting? NFL owners meeting.
HD Chiefs fan said, so what I saw is that the Packers revised their description of the ban for next month's meeting. Okay.
So yeah, so I'm not finding when the actual meeting is coming, but yeah, I think they just revised it.
Brian said, this episode of Buk N Bob is brought to you on my new sexy phone stand. Nice. How sexy can a phone stand be, buddy?
I'm too sexy for this stand. Too sexy for this stand. Boy, that just aged me, didn't it? So sexy it hurts. I'm a model. You know what I mean? I do my little turn on. See, what did you do to me?
Floor.
On the catwalk.
Oh, catwalk, yeah.
On the catwalk. I shake my little tush on the catwalk.
Rock me, Amadeus. No, we don't need to. We don't need to go off on this. That was the
All right.
greatest song ever, by the way.
All right, so yeah, back to
the
the
schedule.
Giants. So yeah, we're playing the Giants. Another thing I noticed about the schedule, I'll point out, we have no back-to-back road games. We have back-to-back road games between our bye, but yeah, we have no back-to-back road games. But,
I noticed that too. Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
So I'll make the case that we oftentimes lose to a weird team. Remember a couple years ago, we lost to the Colts for no reason, like early in the season.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was gonna. That's where I was gonna go with this. I can definitely see this as a loss, but if we're 2-0 at that point, it's not a big deal. Can you imagine
we just
always mass lose chaos though? If we're 1-2 at that point, I'm still not worried.
Lose.
Yeah, I'm still not worried if we're 1-2 at this point. But I think Chiefs Kingdom for the masses will be concerned if we
yeah, I mean they were concerned the year we won the Super Bowl after we lost Tyreek. We started out super slow, and then I told everybody chill out, just relax. But yeah, this could be one of those games where we're high on life. We've just pushed through one of the toughest teams in the NFL and just gotten done traveling to Brazil and back. And it could jump up on us, but I still want to put it as a win. I still feel like we're most likely going to win it, though.
Okay, I'm marking this one down as a loss.
Okay, so we're doing two different marks then, huh?
I think so.
Okay, cool. I thought we were doing it as a team, but it's okay. All by myself. Wanna be
just
all not right by myself.
We can make it if we try.
Just the two of us, you and I. I could do that one. So yeah, I don't know. There's not a ton to say about that. Like, I don't even know who the quarterback for the Giants is.
Yeah, is it Mac Jones?
Like, didn't they just draft one? The Giants are what the Chiefs were, 15 years ago. People have no idea who is at the helm. It's like, was it Brody Croyle? I don't know. I think it was Brody Croyle.
Oh no! Oh no!
What?
I can't believe this. HD Chiefs fan just said, so Buck thinks Russell will beat Patrick.
Oh,
are you saying Russell went?
He went to the Giants. He went to the Giants. He went to the Giants.
Change that to a win. There's no chance that Russell Wilson.
Just remember that.
Nope. No. Yeah. Thank you, HD Chiefs fan, for bringing that to our attention. Now we're back on track. Yeah, Russell Wilson is nothing spectacular, has never been something spectacular. He was blessed to have a genius as a head coach who knew how to run an offense and score points, but it was never because of Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is a short Alex Smith. I love Alex Smith. Great guy, but didn't put up stats. Just never did. And that's what Russell never been a Russell fan at all.
Oh, well, tell us how you really feel.
Jamie said, "Ooh, rock me, Russell Dias."
I told you my story about him playing at the Chiefs years and years and years ago. When I said, "You freaking suck, Russell Crowe," and the whole team turned around. I was sitting on the third row of the 50-yard line. No, I was drunk. I was like, "You suck, Russle Crowe." The whole team turns around and looks at me like, "What?" I go, "I mean, Russell Wilson." I hadn't been to a live Chiefs game in like years at that point. I mean, this was this was years and years ago. And I had been there since like 9 a.m. drinking. So yeah, it was, but everybody around me got a good laugh out of it. So, something happened.
Whether they were laughing at you or with you, it doesn't really matter.
It's all good. Buddy. It's all good. Laughs are laughs.
I'll take it. Yep. All right. So next week, week 4, Sunday, September 28th versus the Baltimore Ravens here in Kansas City. Now it's a 3:30 game, so this is not a primetime game. But
Hey, you
yes,
got to
they were.
change the ticker if you're going to change the game.
Oh, yeah.
I got it though.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. That's why we're a team. This is a scary game, but I just not worried about the Ravens. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, you're like locking up though. Your
My
voice is coming
speakers are-
through every time, but your videos lock it up here and there.
That's weird. Okay. Is that better? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lamar just seems to choke at the end of big games. And I think so if this is a close game, then I'm not worried about it. The only chance that the Ravens win this game is they blow out the Chiefs. That's the only chance.
Yeah, I mean, so last year we did, last year and years prior, we have struggled against running quarterbacks. I think with McDuffie going back to the slot, I think we're going to do better against running quarterbacks because the year prior, he was oftentimes spying the quarterback. And I think that's a big upgrade as opposed to Bolton or Connor spying the quarterback. But I mean, he chokes. Like I don't know that has he beat Patrick Mahomes once yet? I'm not sure that he has. So I feel like it's got to be a win also. But I don't know. He chokes in big games, and while this isn't a big game, it's early in the season. It's a big game because it's against Patrick Mahomes, and he's got that thing on his back. I don't know what you call that.
He has beaten Mahomes.
He's got a monkey on his back.
Yeah. So they've played 5 times in the regular season. Mahomes is 4-1, and they played once in the playoffs, and Mahomes is 1-0.
Yeah.
So Lamar has beat Mahomes, but yeah, it's still definitely one of those, looking up at the big kid on the playground.
Yeah, and dude, I don't know about anybody else, but I know that I used to run a Madden league and everything, and we had guys that were just really good. And my brother-in-law Chase, man, this kid was so good, and like I could beat him, but he got in my head every time. Every time I'd be over anxious. I'd be just I need to beat him. And
that's how Zach was. Remember that?
Zach was amazing, and he was so good, and then like it gets in your head and you think you can't win, and then you start doing stupid stuff. You don't stick to your game plan, and then you throw a pick, and then and that's what I think happens with Lamar. And
HD Chiefs fan said Isaiah Likely is having his feet wrapped like a geisha girl so he can catch in bounds. I bet you he wears white shoes.
Bet you he wears white shoes. Might have cut off the tip of his toe.
Yeah.
Like who ballet was that cut off their pinky finger in a playoff game? Rodney.
What?
Oh,
they cut it off?
Yeah, I was back in the 80s or 90s.
Did he like break it and it wasn't?
It was a safety or a wide receiver. Oh gosh. Yeah, he broke it and they said you can't go back in. He said, cut it off. I'm going back in. And they cut off his pinky. Gosh, who was that? Tough, dude, they had some tough sus bitches back in the day.
Yeah, that's hardcore.
I love the pictures of Len Dawson sitting on the sideline smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I've seen like photo edits of that too, where he's got a beer down on the ground sitting next to him. I'm sure that's photoshopped. But
also, Baltimore is at home, dude. So yeah, we're playing at Arrowhead. It's definitely a win. It's afternoon game. Yeah.
Agree.
Afternoon game on a Sunday. It's a win. We're gonna have to go and interview Chiefs fans prior to it and see what they think, though. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. We should go to that one. Or at least do the pregame interviews.
All right. So now next.
Week 5.
Week 5. Banner changed.
Monday night, October 6th. This is at
Monday
Jacksonville.
Night.
At Jacksonville Jaguars.
Football, Monday night party.
7:15 p.m. on ESPN. Yes, this is a primetime game, but no, this was not a playoff team last season.
Nope. But
This
they have
is
Travis Hunter. This is the
yeah,
Travis Hunter
yeah. Wide
gets to meet
receiver,
everybody.
cornerback.
Yeah. And we still
Is he
don't
gonna
know what he's
play?
going to play. We
I
still don't
yeah, I
know.
was gonna say, is he gonna play both sides?
I don't think so. The reason Dion was able to do that was because of 2 days, and there's just not enough practice time now allowed for someone to do that. The only thing I think that could happen is he plays corner, and then he's slotted in on certain receiver play packages. So you play predominantly corner, but then come in for some receiver plays,
Hmm.
as you know, like a wild card in the passing game, which I think is what I would want to use him as if he was a Chief, and I would have loved to have him as a Chief.
Mm,
But
I mean, don't
I
get me
mean,
wrong, yeah, but
your
they
premier.
weren't
I
gonna go
mean,
to get him.
so what's the most impactful on a team? Is it a corner? Is it a lockdown corner or a lockdown wide receiver?
Corner.
Chat, you want to come in? I say corner all
Is that
day.
debatable? Yeah, I don't even know that's debatable.
I mean, Tyreek Hill would debate you.
Well, okay, yeah, if you're
Any
one of the
wide receiver.
if you're one of the best receivers in the game, or at some point you were one of the best receivers of the game, you would argue that. But I think a great corner negates a great receiver.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, Revis Island. I mean, just
Oh
the
yeah,
fact that like great corners are often
Champ
overlooked
Bailey.
because they just don't even they don't even throw the ball to that
That's
side,
right.
right?
Yep,
So
absolutely.
yeah, that's why I think it's so cool to have McDuffie in them. That's why I think the slot quarterback really for today's NFL is your number one quarterback. Is the quarterback you want to have your best skilled corner there, as long as they can handle the middle of the field because
Mhm.
they're in the middle. I mean, they're like and a lot of people use slots now, and there's almost never, if you're in the 3-4, most of the time they're in the 3-3, 3 linebackers, 3 down linemen. If you're in the 4-3, most of the time nowadays you're in nickel. You're in the nickel package of the 3-4, with 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, 3 corners. So yeah, I don't know, where was I going with that?
Well, I'll say Anthony said in chat, "You guys are going to slaughter the Jags." So Anthony, if nobody was listening earlier, he's a Bills fan, but he's a football fan. But he said that we're going to slaughter the Jags, and here's my problem with that as a Chiefs fan. When I go to watch pregame and all the announcers are all over the Chiefs, there's no chance that they lose this game. This is a gimme. They shouldn't even play. That's when the Chiefs lose. So this instead of the Giants game being our first loss, I'm marking this down as our first loss.
Okay, I'm going to answer King Jamie here first. All
Mhm.
all these, this is off topic, but all these quarterbacks making more money than Mahomes makes me laugh. Shh, stop. Are they like the freaking
They might hear you.
the like player uh the players union might come after him, dude. Like, we need to let him keep doing team friendly money. Like, stop that. Like, Brady got away with it for years. Let Mahomes get away with it. It's smart. Shh. Okay. All right. So my prediction here for Jacksonville. So so we're still both at 4-0, right?
Yes, we are. Well, 3-0. No, 4-0. My bad. Yep.
I think a win.
Okay. I'm going to say a loss on this one.
I think a win. I
Are
think
you keeping track of just the record or who we're saying is going to win and lose?
I'm just keeping track of mine. You want me to keep track of yours too?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
I'll only keep track of yours if it's different.
Okay.
All right.
Deal.
So if you see the show notes, I've got you in green and me in red. But if it's just red, then we both agreed. All right. So actually, that's hard to read. I'll change it to blue. There you go, bud. Okay.
Yeah, that's better for my ass. Thanks.
So yeah. Yeah. I think this is going to be the Travis Hunter. Check it out. Check him out. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited about Travis Hunter. But yeah. Let's move on to week 6.
All right. Week 6.
The
Sunday.
Detroit Lions.
Yeah. Sunday, October 12th. 7:20 p.m. So, yes, this is another primetime game. And I think they made the playoffs last year. The Detroit Lions. Yeah, they definitely did. They were the highest scoring team in the NFL last year.
Yeah, we played the Lions, though, year before. We didn't play the Lions this year.
No, I just said they were a playoff team last year.
But in 2023, chat, always correct me if I'm wrong. I know you will. But I believe the Lions beat us in 2023. I believe they did.
Yeah.
And that's what basically sparked them to start kicking ass. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You got to beat the best to be the best. And they sure were trying last year.
Yep. And yeah, this is
at home.
This is at home.
Mm-hmm.
This is at home, which makes me think, the Chiefs should for sure win.
I don't think it's going to be a gimme. It's not going to be we're definitely going to be down in the score at some point in that game. This is not going to be an easy win, but I agree.
Yeah, and you have to remember they had a lot. They were injury riddled last year. They stay healthy.
Yeah, they were.
They stay healthy, man. This could be a scary freaking game for us, dude.
It could be, but I still think the Chiefs pull it out.
Do you think the Chiefs win?
I do. I do.
I think this is our first loss.
You think we're going to lose a big game, huh?
I think this is our first loss. I think we kicked the crap out of the
Jags.
Out of the Jags, and everybody at this point we're 5-0, and everybody's thinking their shit don't stink. And I think what happens is it's a trap game, and we get the shit kicked out of us. Yep, that's what I think.
Whoa! So you don't think it's going to be close? You think it's going to be a blowout?
I think
when you say get the shit kicked out of us, that's what I think.
I think this is where the rookies learn, like the people who haven't been on the Chiefs for a long time. I think this is the game they learn humility.
Oh, Anthony brings up a good point. The Lions are on their new OC and DC, offensive coordinator and new defensive coordinator. That could be a struggle.
Yeah, could be. It could be, but I don't know, man. There's something about it rubs me wrong. I know.
Think that, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I know, guys. Like, we're not fancy analysts. We just have as many bad takes as they do. That's all. I mean, I'm going with my gut, man, and I'm feeling like we're 5-0 as far as my scoring. As far as Bucks, we're 4-1.
Right.
When we
but after this game,
the Lions,
we're 5-1.
We're both 5-1 after this game, just different games. Yep. Yep. So then we move on to Sunday.
Oh, and this is
week 7.
So this is going to be one of my favorite games of the season. Sunday, October 19th, versus here in Arrowhead versus the Las Vegas Raiders. This is a noon game. So this is not a primetime game. This is not a playoff game. This is just the dirty, rotten Raiders coming to Arrowhead to learn what it means to lose again. Oh, King Jamie thinks the Lions are going to go downhill like the Eagles. He thinks the Eagles and the Lions are going downhill.
I don't know, man. I don't know. They've got so much support from so many different.
You just don't know what they're going to get with 2 brand new coordinators, though. And
true. But I don't think
that's a huge thing.
It's a huge thing, but I think the coach is the one that inspires them. Like he's got some sort of, like, if it was a Madden stat, like it would be 99 inspiration. I mean, this guy, his players want to bleed for him. So
okay, so what's the difference between Matt Nagy and oh my God, what was the guy's name? The guy that we
Eric Bieniemy.
Eric Bieniemy, thank you. You still think that?
I think the difference between Matt Nagy and Eric Bieniemy, I think Matt Nagy would be fine as long as there was an Eric Bieniemy on the coaching staff. Somebody who's saying, no, Andy, we need to run. If they think we're running, we still need to be able to run if they think we're running.
So
we need somebody to stand up to
we could
Andy.
What if that's what the Lions have going on? They didn't have one Eric Bieniemy. They had an Eric Bieniemy on both sides that got greatness out of both of them, even though that there was I'm not going to say the obvious word, sorry. But there was some kind of dissension. Did they both get hired on as head coaches or something? Is that why they had to replace them, or was there some kind of problem?
I think they both got hired on for just more money somewhere, but I think head coach, I think one of them at least got a head coach, but I'm not.
All right.
So
did they have to replace him because they left for other bigger, better things? Or, and I don't know.
Let me come back at you though.
Okay.
I think Dan Campbell is the Eric Bieniemy of the Lions. Like, can you imagine anybody standing up to Dan Campbell? Dude's a beast. Like, I mean, one of his pecs is the size of my head.
I know, but I think that's what he wants, though. He doesn't want a yes guy. He wants a guy that'll stand up to him.
Yep. So Aaron Glenn is the new head coach of the Jets.
Okay.
Thanks for taking that, Aaron, instead of taking Matt Nagy from us. Although there wasn't a whole lot I wanted out. I just want somebody who's not a yes man, who just tells Andy when he's wrong or when they think he's wrong. Because Andy, I think, reacts to that as like, well, am I wrong? But if everybody's just kissing his ass, yeah, so. But yeah, I think Dan Campbell's that guy. I think, I mean, we've already moved on. I already said loss. It killed me to say it. So let's just move on, so I don't have to think about it anymore.
Yeah. So we were talking about the Raiders. We brought up the Raiders
Sunday. This is one of our few noon games.
Mm-hmm. We have 4 noon games right now, possibly 5. We don't know what's going to happen in that.
4 of 17 is pretty. Yeah.
I'll say this
for us right now.
If we want week 18 to be slotted into a primetime game, then we might want the Raiders to win this game just so that they have a good enough record. So that I don't care about that last game.
Though, I think the Raiders are going to be the second best team in the AFC West under the Chiefs. I've been talking about that for weeks now.
It's possible.
They had a good team. They had a good team. Nope. They had
a way to screw it up.
Yeah. I mean, they were on pace for really being a thorn in our side until Chucky got fired. So, yeah. I mean, we got lucky with Chucky.
Yeah.
I'm a poet. I don't know. Yeah, we got lucky. Chucky got fired.
You say that we got lucky, but this was not a 1-year, 2-year plan for him. Like this, it was supposed to be some big thing when he took over that team.
It was a 10-year plan.
Yeah, it was a 10-year contract. It wasn't a 10-year plan. They were not saying, "Oh, it's going to take you 10 years to turn this around." Yeah, let's pay you $100 million for 10 years.
No, he literally said, this is a slow burn. We're going to be rebuilding this team the right way, not making stupid moves, not overpaying players. Like that was the whole thing when he took over. Yeah, we got lucky as hell that Chucky got fired.
Well,
but
crappy reasons. It sucks.
But yeah, so all right, so the Raiders, I think, are going to be the second best team in the AFC West this year, just because the Raiders already had a good team, weren't in cap hell like the Broncos were when what's his name took him over.
Sean Payton.
Yeah, and didn't have a quarterback he hated. He comes in last year. The Raiders had, a second string quarterback, multiple of them throughout the entire season, along with probably one of the worst coaches in the NFL. Now they have arguably a top 10 coach. Okay. And then on top of that, they have Geno Smith, arguably a top 10 quarterback, but definitely a top 15 quarterback. Yeah, you forget how many average quarterbacks that are on the league. I mean, he's better than Brock Purdy, and Brock Purdy just got paid.
Yeah, Brock Purdy's
Purdy's
made
not
it to
good.
the Super Bowl. Geno Smith has not sniffed the Super Bowl.
Brock Purdy is literally a carbon copy of Alex Smith. Love him to death, but that's what he is. He's not
Smith never made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but he would have.
If what? He was on a Super Bowl team.
If he would have got to play one more year, and Mahomes wasn't amazing. Yeah,
there's no chance.
Yeah, Tyreek was coming up. Kelsey was like in his prime. Yeah, we were actually having defense. Yeah. Alex,
I don't think so.
Made it all the way to the AFC Championship or whatever. Or no, he made it to the playoffs, but not the AFC Championship. But either way, yeah. So that's what the Raiders have now. Raiders are going to be good. Sorry to break it to everybody. I don't like it. I don't want it, but I'm pretty positive it's going to be a thing. And dude, Ashton Genty, oh my God.
Yeah,
Pete Carroll with a freaking running back. Kill me now. So what do you think, though? What do you think? I think win.
Oh, absolutely. I think this is a win. Yeah.
I think win. All right. So we'll go ahead and mark that down as a win.
Not just a win. I think that's the biggest win point-wise so far this season.
No, I don't think so. I think they keep that rock on the field and we get eaten up by Geno Smith play action, but we shall see. We shall see.
Maybe.
All right, moving on to week 8. You want to give us an intro?
Yeah,
this one's a big one.
Yeah, this is Monday. It really is. Monday night, October 27th versus the Washington Commanders. So that one will be here at Arrowhead. They were a wild card team, so they were a playoff team. So this is a primetime and a playoff team for last year. But this is
Buck,
home.
Did you check the comment there?
Alex Smith led the 49ers to the Super Bowl, but Harbaugh gave the reins to Kaepernick. Okay,
Kaepernick.
I mean, I can't argue. I don't. How far into that season did Alex Smith play till Kaepernick took over? I'm not saying you're wrong. I
don't remember. It was pretty late though.
I'm guessing that if HD Chiefs fan brought that up, it wasn't like week 6, but who knows?
All right, sorry. Didn't mean to derail you.
No, you're good. The Washington Commanders. So I forget the quarterback's name, but he was really good last year, and they've got a solid.
Yeah, defense. Oh my gosh, you just made me blank.
Wasn't he the number 1 overall pick last year?
Oh my God, dang it! You just made me. Jaden Daniels. Yeah,
Daniels, yep.
He is okay. I don't know all the stats, but he's one of the rare rookie starters to start the year and take his team to the playoffs. Got his butt whooped in the playoffs, but
he did.
It's still like not even Mahomes did that. He got to the AFC.
He get his butt whipped? No, wasn't it like last play? Wasn't it that game that they lost? It was like on the last play. Like it was a really exciting game.
I think no. I think
it was.
I think
maybe not.
Hold on.
I think maybe it was the last game that they won. I think they won their first playoff game, and it was a really exciting game, and they won. Maybe that's what it was. And then they got their butts whipped in the second game.
Yeah. So, like, they were the ones that tried to do like they were doing the thing where they were trying to jump over the line to stop the push. Mm-hmm. They were trying to jump on top of oh my gosh, now I'm blanking on freaking the Eagles quarterback name. That's why he's so forgettable. Jalen Hurts, that's it. But yeah, like I'm pretty sure they got their butt whooped in their last playoff game, though. I'm trying to find it. Oh my gosh, why is it this easier?
I think this will be a really exciting game to watch.
The Eagles destroyed them 55-23.
That's not destroying.
Yeah, but they did beat the Lions prior, and that's the game that you are thinking of.
Yes.
Well, no, you're probably thinking of the Bucks game. The wild card round, they beat the Bucks 23-20. Then the divisional round, they beat the Lions 45-31. Then they got their butts handed to them by the Eagles in the NFL Conference Championships. So, yeah. But that's nuts for a rookie quarterback to do that. Patrick Mahomes didn't even do that. Patrick Mahomes, in his first run, got us to the AFC Championship, against Brady, and then D Ford lost the game for us because we intercepted Brady and the game was over. We would have been in the Super Bowl that year.
He did make up for it the next season, though, when he was traded to the 49ers and then gave a game away to us doing the same thing. So thank you, D Ford. And we won the Super Bowl.
What a bummer. But yeah, so a ton of people that are supposedly in the know, those fancy analysts, say that this is one of the games that the Chiefs lose. They get knocked off. But what do you think, Buck?
I mean, there's definitely that possibility, but I think this will be a really fun, exciting game to watch. I can't wait to see Jaden Daniels, watch him for a full game against a team that I love. But I don't think the Chiefs lose this one. I really don't.
It's Monday night.
It is Monday. Yeah, it's Monday night. It's big time. Jaden Daniels is still young. We'll see. We'll see what happens. If we lose this game, I won't be surprised. I won't. But I think the Chiefs are a better team, and they don't like to. Yeah, man, they don't like to lose when everybody is watching. Although,
I'll go. So you say win?
Yeah, I think so.
So I'll go. Basically, I think that most quarterbacks struggle with their sophomore year. There's just so much more tape on them. I think he is going to be the same. I don't think it's going to be as much of a struggle as like a CJ Stroud. I was watching Chief Concerns with our boy Jason Dunn, on his channel and his podcast, and he was talking about how CJ Stroud definitely doesn't have the scrambling game that Jaden Daniels has. So, when plays, like, he could run, but he doesn't have what he thinks, he doesn't have the presence in the pocket to dodge things, whereas he thinks Jaden Daniels does. So I tend to agree with him in that sense, but I still think he's going to have a sophomore slump. I think Monday night, week 8, I think the lights are going to be on. Everybody's going to be comparing him to Patrick Mahomes. I think his mental is messed up, and I think we win this game.
What do you guys think? This is I mean,
this in the comments.
Yeah, this could be a absolute loss. I mean, it could be, but I just think it's a win.
All the experts seem to think it's a loss, but
I'm being honest with you. The more I look at this, we just got win, 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 one loss, win, win, win. I knew it was going to go that way, but
they're
is how I feel. Yeah, they are.
At least for me, they're upcoming.
All right.
I mean,
shall we move on to week 9?
Yep, and second loss.
Yeah, absolutely. Sunday, November 2nd at Buffalo Bills. This is going to be in Buffalo. This is only a 3:30 game. Well, it'll be 4:30 Eastern, and that's where it'll be played. But they were definitely a playoff team last year, and I mean the Bills beat the Chiefs in the regular season. That's what they do.
They beat the Chiefs in the regular season. They're also going to be good once again. Like they have a pretty relaxed travel schedule. Like they're going to be ready for us. And they're, unfortunately for Bills fans, hopefully our buddy Anthony doesn't take too much offense to this, but the Bills, if they were smart, what they do every year is they bring out their money plays, right? to beat the Chiefs in the
Yeah.
regular season.
This game is circled on their schedule. This is the one game that they are all looking forward to.
But
admit it or not,
it is possible that they have learned and they don't bring out their money plays. They save them for the playoffs like Andy's done. And but oftentimes, pretty much historically, they have brought out their money plays. They have beaten us. And then we learn it. And then they don't have any new money plays to trick Andy, or Steve Spags, in the, playoffs. Like, Josh could win in the playoffs. He just I think the only team that beats him ever is the Chiefs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not
it's in his craw.
Yeah, it's not a Baltimore thing. It's just like Baltimore just loses in the playoffs. Like it's just what they do, right? But the Bills win in the playoffs unless it's the Chiefs. So the Bills, I think they beat us again in the regular season. And,
if the Chiefs pull it out and win that game, I'm scared for the playoffs.
I'm scared for the playoffs regardless, because I think even though they might still fall to trends, they might just, they might still hold some stuff back. They might finally be doing that.
There will be a time in the Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes era that they will meet in the playoffs and Josh Allen is going to win. That is going to happen. Sooner, later, I mean, there's just no chance that Mahomes beats Allen every single time in the playoffs. Allen is just, he's too gifted. He's too good. He really is.
So we both have lost now, right?
Super Bowl. Yeah, we both have 2 losses.
2 losses. Okay.
Yep. I think so, right?
Yep. So we're 7-2 now, and just different teams for the loss, right?
For one of the losses.
Right.
Yep.
All right. So all right.
Week 10 is a bye week. We can all take a nap and watch the competition.
Yep.
Week 11, Sunday, November 16th, at the Denver Broncos.
Again. You didn't switch the banner.
Yeah, I know.
This is why we can't have nice things.
That's why we can't have
made all the banners.
Appreciate you for doing that. So yeah, this one is in Denver. It's a 3:30 game, so it's not a primetime game. But they were a playoff team last year. So honestly, I don't like this game. I think the Chiefs, and historically Andy Reid is fantastic after a bye. Almost never loses. But Denver's got some tricks up their sleeve. They do. And I don't think anybody's given Bo Nix enough credit for what he was able to accomplish last year. I think he's going to come into the season so much more comfortable under Sean Payton's system. I think we're looking at a mini Josh Allen in Denver. I really do. You'll wait. You'll see. I'm marking this one down as a loss.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm trying to get these things built in so we can do them on the show. But I want the meme of, have you not been paying attention? Andy Reid is 21-4 after the bye weeks.
I said that.
21-4.
I said he almost never loses. I literally said that.
Yeah.
And I took that into consideration.
Absurd to think
he's 21-4, not 21-0, not 25-0. He does lose after a bye week.
21-4 compared to all other NFL coaches. Okay. Yeah, dude. I mean, no. Have you not been paying attention?
Yes, I said it. I said that he almost never loses. I literally said those words. Back me up here, guys.
Well, we'll put, I mean, I know I heard the words that were coming out of your mouth. I just couldn't believe they were actually coming out of your mouth.
Coming out of my mouth?
All right. Well, we'll mark that down. So now you have the Chiefs at
7-3.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to mess me up now. I have to subtract one for the bye week. I was just
You
doing the
don't have
weeks.
to. Yeah, you don't have to.
So 7-3, and I have us at 7-2. Or 8-2.
All right,
Math.
Brian brings up a good point. The and 4 is all AFC championship games and Super Bowls. So the 21-4. His point is that those 4 losses are big games.
Are they actually? I don't know.
I don't know if that's true, but
I'm
if
pretty
Brian says
sure.
it,
No, yeah, no, the 21-4 is all regular season bye week stuff.
is it?
Yeah.
I saw a record earlier. I thought it was 20-4, so I didn't want to say it though. I didn't remember.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think it has anything to do with the postseason at all, but I could be wrong. Tell
Brian
me in
said
the
it's 2 of
comments
each.
below, guys.
Well, he did.
Tell me in the comments below. No, those aren't comments. Those are live chat comments.
My bad.
We
Apologies.
did comments for the live stream to survive after the comments during the stream help us tremendously just because of the show. Just it helps us, find stuff to talk about and helps us remind us of stuff. It's literally unbelievable. But then after the show is done being live, actual comments make it be seen by other people who didn't catch it live. Yep, a little bit of how the turkey's cooked, how the turkey's basted there, guys. So I don't know where I came up with that one.
So do you think this is an easy win then? Do you think
I don't think it's an easy win. I think the stuff you were saying about, like, I just started shaking my head when you said we lose. But everything you said after that about Bo Nix and everything, I do tend to agree with. He looks really good. Sean Payton is getting that team. He's getting them back to a winning mentality. We're sitting here with 4 head coaches that are going to be in the Hall of Fame, all in the AFC West. We're
still dominating right now.
Yeah. Tom Brady don't know nothing about this, right? So he just had a cookie cutter easy wins in his division for almost his entire career.
Mm-hmm.
But I do definitely agree they're going to be tough, but I think we pull this one off. I know it's in Denver, but I was in Denver when Peyton Manning threw 4 interceptions before halftime, and we thought there was no way the Chiefs were going to win that game, and I was just glad to get out of there with my head.
Yeah, I remember that story. It's a good story.
Yep. So, all right. Well, I have a win. You have a loss.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to the Indianapolis Colts.
Mm-hmm. Sunday, November 23rd. This is second noon game.
Yeah. This is literally a nothing game, which scares me that we'll lose it.
Yeah, I know it's a trap. But I'm going to mark it down as a win.
See, and I need the Star Wars thing. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
I could have played it right there.
General Akbar. It's a trap.
It's a trap. No, Star Wars used to be so good. Star Wars used to be so good.
I just watched episode 4.
It's okay. Kathleen Kennedy got fired, so maybe they're getting back on the right track. But that's
for the record, folks. He wasn't saying episode 4 was okay. He was saying it's okay because even though Star Wars was ruined, it's under new leadership, and he's hoping it gets better. But I happen to know Bob loves episode 4.
Yeah. New Hope is, it's the first one for anybody that doesn't know how the order works.
Oh, King Jamie just watched Return of the Jedi yesterday. Nice. I might watch that tonight after we're done.
Return of the Jedi, which should have been named, wow, finally Luke's not a pussy. It's the truth.
It really is.
We used to have
he was such a whiny bitch in that.
We used to have a drinking game in college. We'd watch episode 4, A New Hope, the first Star Wars ever, and every time C-3PO bitched at R2-D2, or anytime Luke whined, but when it goes Tasha station,
that's exactly
anytime you drink. And we got so drunk.
Hammered. Yeah.
All right, but it's
a win.
Yeah, it could be a trap game. We should win, and we should win we should have a high flying offense once again. If we don't have injuries, like we should have, unless Mahomes is still in his head, no matter what, like we should get out of training camp with a awesome left tackle, whether it be Jalen Moore or
Right.
Josh Simmons. But I believe people are sleeping on Jalen Moore. I really do. So I think it's a win too.
You really think people are sleeping on him? I don't think so.
Dude,
I think
Colin Cower is just
he's
backup left tackle. Dude, did you watch any of his stuff? I mean,
he was literally a backup left tackle. Just happened to
a Hall
back
of
up
Famer,
the best left tackle in the game today. And when he came in and played, I think it was 10 games, he gave up 1 sack. I don't know the exact stats, so don't quote me on that, but the guy was really good. And if we have really good at left tackle, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
If we just have good. Have good.
Yeah, absolutely. Patrick Mahomes being in his head is him trying to compensate for not knowing what's coming behind him. So he's doing 2 jobs at that point.
Well,
that's why he's in his head.
Overreading, on top of giving other defenses too much credit that they know what he's doing, it's on top of that too. But also it's, it's 2 safety deep, double safety deep. And hopefully I'm feeling the running game's going to be better, even though that's really like the lowest of all positions across the offense and defense. I think our weakest room is the running back room. But as long as, they can keep the screen going, I think Brashard Smith is going to be very interesting. I've talked about it since he was drafted. He looks like a Brian Westbrook, whereas everybody else said Tyreek Hill, and I'm like, dude, I don't see that at all. What are you talking about? Tyreek Hill was undersized compared to him. It's a weird comparison, but yeah. So I don't know. If we have a strong running game, you can't do 2 safety deep. So hopefully Andy's running the ball, but that'll remain to be seen. But let's go ahead and move on to
for that.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. Turkey Day.
Dallas Cowboys. This is an away game because it is the Thanksgiving game, and they always get that at home every year. So it's a 3:30 game. So this is not considered a primetime game, although I think it's a primetime game.
It basically is because...
And they were, because everybody's going to be watching it. Absolutely.
Well,
yeah, no, they play by themselves, and then the Lions play either before or after.
I should have made a list of the standalone games. This is one of the standalone games, not to be confused with prime time, which just means at nighttime, primetime television. But yeah, Dallas Cowboys.
But they weren't a playoff team last year.
Yeah, I think we win this hands down. But they do have a new coach, but I don't think the new coach turns it around in time. I think
not only do we win this game, but with the ratings that we get from winning this game through the rest of the season, we overcome the Cowboys as the most popular team in the NFL. So keep that in your record as well. Make sure to make a note of that.
I would love you to be right. Yeah, I would love you to be right.
8-year-old Bobby would hate me for that, but
well, I mean, I was honestly I didn't know
anything.
My mom was a Chiefette who was saying Chiefs, buy me Chiefs jerseys. My dad was a Cowboys fan saying Cowboys, and young boy. Love mom to death, but really want to make dad smile. Dad, look at this. Dad, look at this. I mean, it's unfortunate, but moms love you more. Dads pressure you more.
I wouldn't say that. Oh, wow.
I mean, wow. Dads are just like you want to impress them. So bad.
Yeah.
Like that one commercial where
moms coddle you more. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, maybe.
I wouldn't say they love you more. For those that I know Bobby's dad, by the way. I would never say that Bobby's dad loved him less than his mother.
Yeah, you're probably right. Mom's coddle you more.
Yeah.
Mom's, dad's the one that pushes you to, be a man, be tougher. Mom's the one that,
King
it's
Jamie
okay,
caught it.
baby.
Child abuse making young Bobby want to watch the Cowboys. Dude, yeah, he wasn't
made
being
me
whooped.
wear Aikman jerseys in Kansas City. I mean, little itty bitty, this big Aikman jerseys. Oh man, but yeah, dads are like. Have you seen that commercial where there's a dad, there's a grandpa, a dad, a son in a minivan, and the son is trying so hard to get his dad's attention. It's like, Dad, did you see that? Dad, did you see that? And the grandpa is paying tons of attention to the son, or his grandson, and then the son is driving, and he's like, Dad, did you see that?
Yeah,
it's really a really good commercial. Like it's. Everybody, like I'm at the golf course with my dad. I'm like, Dad, did you see that? And he's talking to somebody else. I'm like, damn it, he didn't see it. He's
usually talking to everybody.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But you never outgrow that, and yeah. But all right. Back on topic.
Back on topic.
Cowboys, we definitely win. Definitely win.
Yeah,
I can't imagine think there's any world we don't, but hopefully we don't. Hopefully that world doesn't come to fruition.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Game, luck.
Week 14.
About the Cowboys.
Okay, yeah, I'm cool with that. Sunday, December 7th versus the Houston Texans. So that would be at Arrowhead, 7:20 on NBC. That's Sunday Night Football here at Arrowhead. Houston Texans were a playoff team last season.
Yeah. CJ Stroud.
Yeah, CJ
good
Stroud.
Team.
Yeah, good team, but man,
interesting to see what Stroud comes back from. Remember when we played them last year? What's his name? The one wide receiver that was looking really good, had that horrific injury to his knee in the end zone. He was torching us.
CeeDee Lamb?
No. CeeDee Lamb, that's Cowboys.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why I still have my mind on the Cowboys. You even said, let's move on from the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Houston Texans.
It was the guy that got hurt. Chat, help us out.
Yeah, I don't.
He got hurt, and like CJ Stroud was crying on the sidelines because it was.
Oh yeah, that I do remember that. Oh, that was horrible. That was horrible.
Texans.
Nico Collins. Thank you, Anthony. Nico Collins.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Nico Collins?
No, it's not. Chiefs versus Texans.
Thanks for nothing, Anthony.
Horrible wide receiver injury. Take Dell. Yep. Take.
Anthony put it up there a half a second before you said it.
He did. Good man. Yeah, Take Dell was torching us, and he had a horrible injury, and it
affected him.
It shook CJ Stroud to the core. He went from playing lights out to playing horrible. So
yeah, he did. That was unfortunate. But you know what? That's the kind of guy that you want leading your franchise. So I mean, I definitely see good things for that team going forward.
I mean, it was the same as when Josh Allen was barely able to function after. What's his name again? It's just as bad as it is what it is. When his playmate. No, Josh Allen, bro. Focus. Yeah.
I didn't hear you change the Bills.
Yeah, I said it's like when Josh Allen had the injury. He went into cardiac arrest on the field, was bleeding out of the mouth. They canceled the game. It screwed the Chiefs over in playoff picture. Yeah. Like when your quarterback cares about your team that much, it feels good. It
does.
Yeah, it's something that's needed. It's something that Elvis Gerbach is going to go to his dying bed, never knowing what it feels like. So, yeah.
I think I'm putting this game down as a loss.
Really?
I am. Yeah. Yep. I think CJ Stroud is going to show up. Uh, yeah, I do. I think
I
this could definitely be a loss.
I might have agreed with you if it wasn't at Arrowhead. I'm saying win. So I'm not going to tally up. We'll just tally up at the end at this
Yeah.
point. But
You're good.
yeah, I'm saying win.
You've got, just so you know, you've got the Chiefs losing at
2.
Arrowhead. At
Yeah.
Arrowhead. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. No,
The
don't I have
Lions.
3 losses? No, I have
Yeah,
2 losses.
I think you have 2 losses, but I'm saying
Yeah.
you do have one of them at Arrowhead. Okay.
Yep. Yep. I think yeah, and I talked about it. I think that we're going to be on high,
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
know, cuz we're 5-0 according to my win list, and then we're going to
Mhm.
lose to the Lions cuz we're overconfident.
Okay.
All right, so what's the next one, Buck?
Week 15, December 14th,
You
versus
didn't change it again.
December 14th versus the Los Angeles Chargers. This is another noon game. This is our third noon game, but it is here at the at Arrowhead. So this is not a primetime game, but again, they were a playoff team. So let's see, what do we got here? Oh, I mean,
So for me,
I think the Chargers get.
what do you think we go in the AFC West? Like, you think we go
We're not going to sweep.
6-0, 5-1, 4-2? What do you think?
I'm really struggling between 4-2 and 5-1. But I think that we could definitely. I honestly, I'm going to mark this down. Oh, God, man, we're definitely not losing 2 in a row, not in a divisional game. So I think this is going to be a win. If we're going to sweep a divisional opponent, man, you're right, man. This AFC West is just looking so much better this year. But I think if we're going to beat one team twice, it's going to be the Raiders. But I mean, and I definitely think we're winning week 1. I said that we're going to lose the Texans, and I really don't see them losing 2 in a row. So that'll be the only reason I say I definitely think we could lose this game, but I'm going to put them down for a win. What do you think?
I'm so torn on this game. Like, I'm so torn.
Yeah, King Jamie's torn between 4-2 and 5-1 too.
I'm so torn on this game.
I'll tell
I
you what, if
think
we do worse than 4-2 in the division, then this season is going to go a whole lot different than most of us think.
It's so hard, man. I think
Just do it. Just do it. Say it.
we win. What did you say?
I said win.
All right. So I do think we win. I think it's a struggle, though.
Okay. Don't put that in
All right.
parentheses. Yeah.
All right.
So
So
let's
moving on.
move on to week 16, Sunday, December 21st at the Tennessee Titans. This is our fourth and final noon game that's scheduled at least. So yeah, this is in Tennessee. I just don't know a whole lot about the Titans. Is Vrabel still their coach? No,
Wait, no.
Vrabel moved on to the Patriots.
Vrabel moved on to the
Okay, yeah. So man, I can't imagine this is anything but a win. I don't know much about them. They were a non-playoff team last year. Do you know who their quarterback is?
I mean, dude, they were a non-playoff team. They were one of the highest draft picks. They're rebuilding. I don't know much about them at all, but I know that the pick we had from them was worth a lot because it was an early pick.
Mm-hmm. Brian says he says the AFC West looks deadly after every draft, and then it doesn't pan out. which I hear that a lot. I do. I hear that a lot. Then King Jamie followed that up with everyone seems to think the AFC West is way better. I say prove it. And then 3 laughy faces with tears. Only one team in the division has proven anything other than mediocrity.
I gotta call you out on that, Jamie. I mean, dude, the Broncos and the Chargers made the playoffs, the only 2 wildcard teams in the AFC. Like, they made the playoffs last year. 3 teams from the AFC West were in the playoffs. I think we are definitely the only thing that stops them from greatness is the Chiefs.
Okay, yeah, but historically speaking, they're not wrong. I mean, Brian's
the Chargers
right. They
used to kick ass, and
every year we hear
the
about
Broncos kicked ass before that.
That the Chargers had and the Broncos had, and this is going to be the year we finally see the Raiders turn things around. And it's just never really panned out.
Yeah, but I mean, just think back to, before the Chiefs were dominant in the AFC West, it was the Chargers. They were dominant for a long time, dude. LT, freaking, like
Phillip Rivers.
Well, Phillip Rivers was okay, but
I know,
like when they had our the thing on his face, birthmark guy,
Drew. Yeah, he went on to New Orleans.
Yeah, and won a Super Bowl. What the?
Oh yeah, Hall of Fame career.
Brees.
Drew Brees.
So
there you go.
Yeah, Drew Brees, LaDainian Tomlinson. I mean, dude, they had that. I forget the outside 3-4 linebacker rusher they had. Oh my god, he was amazing. But Sean something. Like, they were awesome. And then before that, the Broncos were awesome. Like, the last time the Chiefs were awesome was when, Andy was there. And you could maybe make a case for Dick Vermeil, but we were always the last in defense in the NFL and the highest in offense in the NFL. That's not a recipe.
Trent Green.
But yeah, so yeah, I think the AFC West is freaking phenomenal, and I think the only reason we don't see that is because the Chiefs are here.
Quite possibly.
But yeah, so Tennessee Titans. If we lose this, like, it's not only a trap game, it's like you guys need to.
We've had a ton of injuries.
You need to, even with a ton of injuries, you need to be in timeout. Like, unless we're on our 3rd string quarterback, which isn't even going to be on the roster at that point, unless we've had injuries. Like, no. So I'm putting it down as win. You?
Oh yeah, win, absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
So let's move on to week 17 then. This Thursday game, December 25th.
Didn't change it again.
I don't remember exactly what day that is, but I feel like that's like somebody's birthday or
December 25th. It's on the tip of my tongue. Yeah. What's the date? What's the date?
So this is Christmas or whatever, and a happy new year.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh no, jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg.
It's Christmas evening though, so this is a primetime game.
Yeah, so this is the only thing that's good about having the Christmas game.
Yes,
if the Chiefs do get the Christmas game forever, if that does happen, please, God, let it be the nighttime game. Please, for the love of everything that is holy and sacred, for the players' sake, for the content creators' sake,
for our sake,
everybody's sake, please let this be the late game. It works, like, I think the last Chiefs game that we played at Arrowhead at the night game on Christmas, I think I got arrested at Arrowhead.
You got arrested?
Yeah, I think that was the game. Oh, that's a story for another time, though.
Yeah, I'd never heard that story.
Oh, really? I'll have to tell you. Yeah, I was banned for a year. Sorry.
Only a year. Sorry. What are you, Canadian now?
It got
Soldier.
dropped. Just letting you know, I was not guilty. But yeah, they were real uptight because there was a huge brawl. I don't know. I'll tell you the story later. I'm not going to tell it on the internet.
Yeah.
So but didn't get convicted.
Yeah, this is definitely. I feel like the Broncos take an L here, because I said that they're going to lose they're going to lose to the Broncos earlier. So yeah, they're definitely going to beat the Broncos.
I think we lose this game,
and they lock down the AFC West with this game.
I think we lose this game.
Okay, so we both got them losing to the Donkeys, just different games.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't want us to lose Christmas, but I think we do. You know why?
You think they're already going to have...
weren't wearing the special Christmas hat.
Yeah.
Which I have right over here. I have the actual hat. So
yeah. I have my own Christmas hat.
Oh, you probably didn't watch the Chiefs Hallmark Christmas movie. You don't get that joke?
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't have that Chiefs hat.
Oh,
that
really?
Christmas hat. Yeah, no, I'm not watching that movie. It had zero to do with the Chiefs other than
dude, Mayor Lucas is in it. I guess it's like more funny for me because I like act like I know him, but like it was like, hey, Mayor Lucas. I don't know. I don't know. It was
not a chance I'm watching it.
I watched it with my wife and I was like, dude, this movie is silly. And by the end of it, I was like, oh, okay. I guess okay. Yep. Yeah, I don't know how they did that, but okay.
Not gonna say that about, but I definitely said something.
Hey man, dude.
Okay, they're gonna win
so more often.
I cry. I'm not gonna say I'm too manly to cry. I cry all the time over silly shit. But
that was silly, dude. I'm telling you, watch it the whole way through, man. Watch it the whole way through. You might just like find out something about yourself.
I'll fall asleep. There's no chance I'll stay awake.
Actually, no. I'm changing mine. Win. No.
Thank you.
Christmas miracle.
Christmas miracle. All right. Week 18. So Sunday, January 4th, at the Las Vegas Raiders. This one is to be determined. We don't know what time yet. So this one could be the 8th primetime game, could be the 5th noon game. I don't I feel like the Chiefs are going to have wrapped up the AFC West. As far as getting the number 1 seed, I don't feel like the Chiefs are going to get the number 1 seed this season. What?
You didn't change it.
Oh,
I gave you every chance to have one time. I was like, oh, he changed. No, he didn't.
All right. So yeah, I think this is a Las Vegas Raiders win because I think it's going to be a throwaway game for the Chiefs. They won't be in contention for the number 1 playoff spot, but they will have locked down the division, so there won't be any reason to start the starters. So it'll just be like last year at the Broncos or play, against the Broncos. We're going to see a lot of backup.
I don't know, man. Nope, I agree with you completely. I think that we will have. I don't know that we'll be the number 1 seed.
I don't think we will.
Yeah. I mean, well, with the record I'm giving them, we should be, but there might be somebody who does better. But yeah, I think the seedings are going to be locked in, and I think Andy is going to be really, really Care Bear with the amount of plays he shows and film he puts on tape. So I think loss.
We really thought that last season going into the playoffs too, but he just never brought the spice,
Oh, he did in the playoffs. He just didn't in the Super Bowl.
Not to the level that I thought it was going to be. I really thought there was going to be a lot more. Like we hadn't been seeing it all season, so we were just waiting for the floodgates to open. I don't know. Maybe I just expected more, but
you just reminded me of something I need to tell you. I can't tell you on the podcast. It has to be off the record and it cannot be live. But
well, thanks for bringing it up. And everybody wants to hear it.
I did get confirmation of something I thought, I'm not saying what, but something I thought at the end or about that game. But I can't say,
Oh,
like,
I don't know exactly what it is, but I remember you having a theory about that game. Yeah.
yeah, and I did get confirmation from somebody in the organization, but I can't say it. They didn't tell me not to say it, but I feel like if I want to keep relationships strong, I can't say it.
Yeah.
So
So Anthony said, I hope and pray for a healthy season for the Chiefs and the Bills. I'd like to see both in the AFC Championship. I couldn't agree more. That would be an awesome game to watch you guys lose in the playoffs again to Mahomes. But honestly, I hope and pray for a healthy season for every single team,
every
because
single
it's
player.
so much more fun to watch a game with a team at their fullest potential, especially if you win that game, you're much more proud of it. So yeah, absolutely. But
I've said it time and time again. I hate seeing anybody get hurt. And
yeah,
Mel and you make jokes that are like, well, I just like them to stub their toes so they come
yeah,
out of the game.
yeah,
I
just
don't
for the
even
game.
want that. I
I
don't
know.
even want that. I don't want injuries at all. There's
I agree.
very few people in history, one of them's Adama Sue, that I would wish
Mhm.
injury on just because I think
He was
Adama
a
Sue was
dirty, dirty
bad for the
player.
game because he
Oh,
was
dirty.
dirty AF. You
Mhm.
know, but I've heard he's a extremely nice guy IRL. So,
Off the
but
field, great.
yeah, but
But we don't watch him off the field. We watch the
extremely
game.
dirty
Oh,
and
yeah.
like, yeah. So I never wish for anybody to get hurt ever. Ever.
Who was the other one? Didn't you say there were
Mm,
2 players?
yeah. I'm trying to see. I like put them out of my mind because I don't want to think about them. But I've said it
Max
on the
Crosby?
podcast before. No,
Okay.
no, Max Crosby. Like
Okay.
I think he's a little dirty, like, but not like a Dominican Sue. I
Yeah, yeah,
mean,
like, truly dirty, yeah.
yeah,
I think
truly.
Jamie thinks it's Antonio
It
Brown.
was it's Bill Romanowski from the
Oh, the
Broncos. Like
Broncos
a
back in the day,
complete
yeah.
piece of
He
shit.
was
He
he
was
was
a
definitely
complete piece of shit.
he was
Yeah, like
like Bill Laimbeer used to play for the Detroit Pistons, and he was just the dirtiest player probably in the history of the NBA. I'm not a huge NBA fan, but I remember how dirty he was, and yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
No,
Romanowski
I
was a
I make jokes about Max Crosby being dirty. There obviously I'm smiling.
Oh,
I'm
you
like
said
saying,
obviously. You said obviously. You were not
okay,
joking most of the time.
obviously, if you know me, I should have said that. If you know me, it's obvious that I'm making a joke about him being dirty. Like, but he's not a Dominican Sue. I mean,
No,
he's
no.
just not. I mean, that dude was like trying to break people's fingers that were on the
Oh,
ground.
yeah.
I mean, he did all kinds of nasty shit. So no. All right. So let's tally them up here. So
Okay.
all right. So
I
we
can
got
tally mine if you want to tally yours. That way you don't got to do them both.
okay, thank you. Although then none of us are talking, which is weird for a podcast. So here, I'll just
Yeah.
talk. I have 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, 5-1, 6-1, 7-1, 7-2, 8-2, 9-2, 10-2, 11-2, 12-2, 13-2, 14-2, 14-3.
12 and 5.
Damn. Yeah, and I'm 14-3.
Ooh, I really kind of expected to be closer than that.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm telling you, man, I really think the Chiefs are going to really look a lot better than they did last year. And we won. I mean, we basically would have had one loss if we didn't bench our people, like, and we won by the hair of our chinny chin chin. Like the Chiefs know how to win, and with a better, with better trenches, I think we look amazing this year.
I just think we used a lot of our I don't want to say lucky wins, but like the ball rolling our way last season. We won a lot of games that we probably shouldn't. You know, there were 2 or 3 games that we absolutely had no business winning.
Well, that's my whole point.
But
We
they can't
are
always go our
clutch.
way.
No,
Yeah, but
definitely
they
not.
can't. Yeah.
But I think we have a better trenches now, and we might actually have our actual wide receiving core. I mean, I think we are a
Might have the
much better
line.
team and
Mhm.
still clutch. So that's why I'm damn. So you were 12-5, huh?
Yes. Yeah.
So we are not hosting in your world. We are not hosting the Arrowhead Invitational this year.
Probably not. No.
Damn.
Nope. But
Damn.
we'll be in it.
Dude, I need a boo button. Need a boo button. Here, we'll just do that.
King Jamie brought up a good one. Perfect. Well, I think it was Sean Perfect, whatever. Perfect was a dirty, dirty dude. Like man, I think he gave guy like a lot of concussions to quarterback, like intent, like dirty hit concussions. I don't know that he was dirty like
What
Indomitius.
a freak.
Wow.
I haven't used that button before. I should use that more often.
I can see that when I disagree with you, you'll just beep as I'm talking. I saw that. I know what you said.
Oh man. All right. All right.
So, yeah. So, what do you want to do now? Do you want to talk any more about the schedule?
No, we're at 2 hours right now, buddy. I think we've
All right.
scheduled out.
Yep. I think we anybody watching this after the live stream, we'd love to hear like your thoughts game by game. I'll put
Tell
in
us
the
why
pinned,
we're wrong.
yeah,
Tell
in the
us why we're
pinned
right.
comment, I'll put me and Buck's total score in the pinned comment tomorrow. So if you guys are watching in the next few days, you can see our 2 different ones. But yeah, I think that's going to conclude our schedule breakdown. I think we did an okay job. I hope Chad, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is the first time we've done this too. Like this is a new channel. We didn't do this last year.
No.
We started the podcast I think after this time last year. Like the schedule was already out.
We had started, but we had some really big learning episodes that we decided to scrap and then start.
We basically did like 5 episodes before actually posting one.
Yeah. And I remember you called me, you were like,
King Jamie, hold on. Don't go yet. We're about to do the drawing.
We got the
and you have quite a few entries. Yep.
An HD Chiefs fan wanted to be taken out of the drawing. So
I think he was kidding.
He said it several times. He said it in other episodes. He's like, I don't want things.
Well, he's just going to have to get rid of the picture of his kids and put that shit up in the old folks home. So, yeah.
Put the picture of your kids in your wallet, man. Like everybody else.
But hey, I think I cut your thought off.
Oh, I was just going to say, I really expected to get done with this and we were going to have like 1 or 2 losses. And I'm just kind of proud of myself for not looking at all these games and being like, win. Because that's what I want to see.
Yep.
But I'm really interested to see which ones we get right and which ones we get wrong. I can't wait. We should refer to this on a weekly basis.
If people would have, paid us, like we would have said win. But if you buy a hat from buckandbob.com, might have changed our vote there,
We got some really big ass water mugs.
Yep. I wish I was wearing a shirt, but I'm wearing a KC Strong shirt after the shooting at the parade. That's what I'm wearing tonight. Even though you can't see it. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to be using random.org for this drawing. I have went through and I tallied up all the comments from from all of the videos. There was 9 total entries available. There were 5 news videos and 4 live podcast episodes. It's unbelievable with this cool thing we're giving away that that more people didn't join in, but they really didn't. We have 37 total. You could have had 9 each. Brian Parrott was the only one that got all 9. HD Chiefs fan
this is
got
so awesome.
8. King Jamie the Mad was 3rd with 6 entries. I did add more. So I realized when HD Chiefs fan and King Jamie the Mad and Brian Parrott weren't in the comments of our live stream, I realized that I didn't properly convey that it needed to be a comment after the live stream. Most people would have assumed that the live stream comments during the live stream would have counted. So I went through all the live streams of the 4 podcast episodes and added everybody in. So we have 37 total entries here.
Wow, thank you guys.
Yep, we're going to use random.org. We're going to pick 3 winners, unless it's like somebody we know for sure is going to collect it. Then you're going to have to send me an email at buckandbob@gmail.com. And you're going to have to say, hey, I'm so-and-so. And then I'm going to give you instructions on a comment to leave on a video. And when you leave that exact comment, I'll know that email belongs to you, because you can no longer just message people on YouTube. That went away a few years ago. So that's the way we will make sure that you are who you are. So let's get into it. So here's the list. It's by A to Z. We have 1 through 37. Let's do random.org. See, minimum is 1, max 37. We're going to generate. Number 10. Number 10 is the first one pulled. Number 10 would be Brian Parrott.
Brian!
I don't think we have to do another drawing. I think Brian is going to be able to, actually, I think he's still here. So I think he's going to know that he won. Brian, can you sound off in chat? Did you know you won?
We lost Brian.
Oh, shit. Brian left.
He's freaking out right now. He's just
I
don't know what to type. Ah!
Well, supposedly he wins a lot because he's won the preseason tickets HT Chiefs fan has given to All Chiefed Up the last 2 years in a row. So, Brian, are you in chat, brother?
Well, look, being active has its benefits, and he's a very active fella.
Woohoo!
That's right.
All right, Brian. Message this email address. I just need to make sure that it's your email that it's coming from, and then I'll give you instructions, and then we can get it sent to you.
Transaction.
And I mean, if you want to, I mean, I could even meet you for lunch sometime. Just give it to you in person if you want to have a beer. So
I love how you said, "We'll go have lunch sometime. We'll have a beer."
Or
what do your lunches
both meet you for happy hour, have a beer, and give it to you. We can do that too.
Have a beer and do some bullshit.
But we could also just mail it to you. Just email me. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, sweet. All right. Well, we did it. We did it, dude.
We did
I'm
the whole
so
thing.
bummed. Yeah, I'm so bummed about. I thought the giveaway. I thought I was gonna have to do all this work to like compile everybody's names, and dude, you can't get people to leave comments to save your
It'll
life.
happen. It'll happen, buddy.
Someday, over the rainbow.
We do appreciate all the comments that you guys left, though. We do. Thank you very much.
We do,
Taking your
and
time
we
out to come check us
especially
out.
appreciate you guys here
It's a huge
live in
thing.
the chat.
Look at Brian wants a
it-
meet and greet.
All right, sweet. All right, we will definitely set it up. Then you won't have to prove your email. We'll still have you prove it because a ton of people could email us and have us like at all weird bars. Like somebody could say that they're him and be like, "Yeah, meet me tomorrow," and blah blah blah. And then we go, and it's like, and somebody's doing a TikTok prank on us, you know.
Yeah. that was so much fun. I've been telling people all week. I'm working with different guys every day, and I'm like, I haven't told you yet. Do you like the Impractical Jokers?
Yep. For anybody that doesn't know what we're talking about, last week we talked about it on the podcast. We got pranked by the Impractical Jokers at Buck's birthday party.
Bucket list item. That was amazing. So much fun.
Yeah, King Jamie, you were the third most at 6 entries. So yeah, thank you very, very much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for the love.
And I'm glad that one of you three won. I was hoping for it. I was hoping hard.
So supportive. You guys are always here, almost always. Yeah.
And it's a cool picture. All right, Buck, do you have anything else before we hightail it out of here?
No, man. I just, listen, we're always asking people to help us grow, give us advice, give us comments, whether it's good or bad. And we went into this off season really kind of hoping to just not lose ground. And over this last, 4 to 8 weeks, we've really started kind of growing, and more people are listening. And we really appreciate all of it. It's more than we could have asked for, or more than I could have asked for. I don't want to speak for Bob, but just thank you so much for all of it. This is amazing. And season 2 is going to be so much more. And I can't wait. Can't wait. Season 2, Buk N Bob.
Yeah, I've had, this is my 6th different YouTube channel, different podcasts. I can make them for the different podcasts. This is by far the most successful, not the most successful on Spotify, but I mean, I don't know that I'm going to get back to that on Spotify. I got lucky with a genre, and, I don't know that this podcast will ever be top 100 in the sports category like my last podcast that was top 100 in the gaming category. I just don't think that's ever going to happen. There's a lot more competition.
Be cool.
Yeah, but we're just happy that people are listening, people are enjoying it. We could really use feedback on our news episodes, which we're just trying out. I mean, we're trying different stuff, seeing what sticks. Some good feedback I got recently was that I talked too slow on those, and I'm gonna try to change that. And that's good, positive, constructive feedback that we need. I mean, we don't know how to do it.
That's right. Yeah.
And we're not going to copy. Like, we want to make our own way. We're not going to copy other people's way of doing things. We want to make our own. But all of those little comments help, and they add comments, that'll add to the YouTube algorithm, that'll help across the board. So, yeah, heartfelt thank you to everybody, and especially thank you to guys that come in for the live shows. It really means the world to us, man.
Yeah, it really does.
It's the most fun when you get to interact with chat. It really is, and it changes the live show so much when you have people in there that are talking to you, that care, and I mean, it makes the whole thing better. So,
and that are funny, and that are smart. We get a lot of information from you guys, so that's I can't say thank you enough.
Yep. All right, well, Buck, where can we find you?
You can find me at buckandbob.com. You can also find me on Twix. That's at Buck_tastic, BUK_ oh my gosh, TASTIK. There you go. That's
All right. And you can find me on Twix, aka X combined with Twitter. It was I thought that would take off, but it never did. You can find me on Twix at Blazin_Bob. That's BLAZZIN_BOB. You can find all of our stuff at buckandbob.com. We have new merch, BUKNBOB.com. It's we're
you can also check out all our videos there too. So.
Yep. You
there's a lot more than
you
just
get
merch.
all of our links. You can see our YouTube's there, our TikTok's there. We are growing on every platform so far, except for
Spotify.
Except for Spotify. Spotify and iTunes, we're just not growing. But
that's all right.
Yeah, that's all right. But we're now also on Instagram. Took me forever to get it hooked up, but our shorts are going to there. Yeah, so
Insta bitches.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Seacrest out. Buck and Bob out.
Latest in the Minjay.
From the home of the... Yeah, how'd you... I wish we knew how people like that exit. I don't know how I feel about it. Let us know in the comments.